Hey, how's it going? I know you're staring at a brick wall, but I'm just popping in to go live because we've been talking a lot about going on safari. Here we are. I'm going to show you how I pack, how I roll, how I get there. One bag and then one small rolling bag for clothes. So this is a Think Tank BackLight backpack. Great backpack. So I got everything I will need to go on safari. So I'm going to see if I can pull up me here so I could see any questions because I'm going live from over there. I don't know if I can do this. How can I do this? Trying to use this as, oh, there we go. There it is, live. Okay. Now I can see me. Let's get this bigger using the iPad. Oh, shoot. Let's turn the volume off so I don't get any feedback. There we go. All right. Now, if you have any questions, drop them in the feed. We're going to Africa. We have 2 spots left. We had a couple that canceled. So that could be your advantage if you reach out to me. All the details are on Facebook and all of our social media channels. So it's a great opportunity. But here's how I'm going to roll. The Think Tank backpack here. Think Tank Mindshift, and I've got everything I need in here. So this puppy weighs in at 42 pounds, and I'll drop some supporting photos in the comments where I've used this when I go to Bosque del Apache. This is basically my wildlife setup, this backpack. So this backpack is super awesome. Ripstop zippers, it's weatherproof, it's got a removable day pack, it's got everything I need. I'm still toying with the idea of bringing a tripod, but I'd rather bring it and not use it than wish I had. I will bring a platy plate and a platy ball head to set up a remote camera, get some low angle stuff. But if I want to do some nighttime photography, I could still use the platy pod for that. The vehicles we're in, we're not going to need any support because they will have, they're a Land Rover. We can stand out the top. We have windows, we have bean bags, individual seats. Everybody gets their own power supply. So this is really how I'm going to roll. So let's give it a breakdown. Oh, but wait, if it's 42 pounds, you know, I don't mind. I've been training with a group of mine called F3. It's a free fitness group for men. Check it out. It's nationwide. Really great cause. It's about fellowship, fitness, and getting together. And we just completed a ruck. I just turned 61. So my rucksack for that had to be 50 pounds, carry 6 liters of water within that 50 pounds. And we hiked for 36 hours, a little over 25 miles through a river, you name it, we did it. We had cadres, which are former military drill instructors. So I've been training for this. So 42 pounds isn't a big deal to me anymore. I could hike with this all day long because I have, and I'm still training with it. So in this backpack, if you want to get through the airport, what I've done is I've picked up a little set of wheels off of Amazon just for getting through the airport. And I also dropped some supporting photos in the feed where I photographed this gear on regional jets, on big jets. So if I ever get to the gate and they're like, oh, that's too much gear, you can't take it through, I pull up the regional jet, I pull up a regular jet, I show them the photograph, be really kind and nice, don't argue with them. And I will also have a photo vest just in case someone is very insistent and they say the backpack's got to go. I'll just take all the gear out and put it in my pockets. But what I could do is I could strap these wheels right to the bottom of it, roll through the airport, and really convenient, good to go. So let's get into this backpack, right? Dig into it, see what the heck we got. And if you have any questions, drop them in the feed. Let's see, comments. No comments yet? Okay. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Good to see you around. Hope all is going well with you. All right, so let's start by undoing the tripod. So this is a Pro Media Gear tripod, and it serves as double duty. So basically, we're going to have great clear skies in Africa. So yes, I'm going to do some nighttime photography. Last time we were in Kenya was not Kenya, but in Botswana in 2019. We did this great photograph of a baobab tree at night with the universe behind it. It was awesome. But this Pro Media Gear tripod has a ball head on it. And then if I want to, I can convert it into a gimbal with the new Tomahawk. So once I put this on here, get everything nice and snug, we could balance it up so it's going to function as a regular gimbal. This way I'm not carrying two heads. So this, as you saw, fit right on the side of the backpack. Now when I put it in the overhead luggage, I take the tripod off, everything goes in, and we're good to go, right? But your tripod adds a few pounds, so it's still debatable whether I'm going to take it or not. I'll do some practice around here for nighttime stellar photography, just using the platy ball head and the platy plate. The only kind of drawback is it might have to be on the ground, or because if we're not near a tree or something that we could strap it to, or we could put it on the hood of our vehicle. So let's talk about the Mindshift First Light backpack. I got everything in here, all my gear, my digital darkroom, everything I need. Comfortable backrest, gets the air off of you. Not that we will be hiking much with it, but it's just hiking through the airport and from camp to camp to camp. What's nice though, is I can keep all my gear stowed, so it's not going to get interrupted by dust and weather and all those sorts of things until we get to where we're going. It also has a day pack, which I love. So this pack could go around your belt. You could strap some clothes in here. You can put all your other essentials in here. So in the top of my pack, I'll share with you what I've got. Extra batteries, and we'll get into the gear. You never know, right? Always be prepared. I have an extra RF to EF adapter with the control ring because God forbid I got there and I dropped mine, the only one I had for my 600mm lens, I'd be out of luck. So always be prepared. Extra batteries, as I was sharing, got that in there. A headlamp, you always want to have a headlamp. One that's red is awesome for nighttime. So you let your night vision adjust and you'll be surprised how bright it is. And then of course you got your white lights and SOS and all those good things. All right. Then I've got a rain cover for the First Light backpack. I've also got a sponsor giveaway. So Canon was giving these out with Midwest Photo Exchange. Again, it's just a poncho that could be used to keep the weather off of me, could be used as ground cover, could keep water off of you. The time of year we're going there, the climate is constantly changing. So it's their springtime, our fall. So it could rain, anything could happen, right? Extra batteries, extra cinch straps, all that stuff. So I'll set this over here. All right, water bottle. Got to have plenty of water. So this is our water bottle, nice big Yeti, ice, stay hydrated or die. That's what our drill instructor said when we were on this ruck, stay hydrated. And our response was, or die. All right, front pocket. It's kind of like your brief pouch. So you can carry your tickets, passes. I have a media pass. If you're flying on any airlines, have your business card or a media pass, anything like that. And then when you get to check-in, if you're checking in anything that's overweight, claim media, and then it's 50 pounds per bag that's overweight. So I have my big shipping cases when I'm going to an event and shipping lighting and grip gear. Those sometimes get upwards close to 100 pounds. So if I didn't list it as media, we'd have to pay for overweight and oversize. So pretty much every airline has a media rate and it's 50 bucks for that bag. Always have a copy of your passport. Always good to have. Other forms of identification. That's in my front pocket. All right, so continuing to open up the bag, we're going to go into what I call my digital darkroom area. And this bag has so many securing straps to keep everything nice and tight and comfortable and secure. So I'm going to open this up here and keep everything organized. It makes it super easy to get through TSA. When this backpack goes through, it's going to get flagged. We're flying through London, it's going to get flagged because of all the batteries. So be prepared. So the tighter you could be, the quicker you are. So this is my cable management from ThinkTank, and I have smaller ones within here. I have my iPhone, Apple Watch, cables, extra power supply, headphones in this one, computer power supply here. And then within here, I have 3 USB-C cables. I only need 2, but we got extras. I'll bring 2 SanDisk CF Express card readers. That'll be in there. I will also, it's sad that this company is no longer in business, but this is a NAR box. It's just another backup. It's a 2 terabyte solid state, battery powered, self-contained hard drive that also verifies your data. So you could download cards directly to it, or you could plug your card reader into it via USB-C. And it could also be used as a battery to charge up my camera, because it's USB-C, or my phone, or anything else that I need. So you could plug right in here. And what was really cool about this device is it has a checksum. And what that means is as the data is coming in, it's verifying that it's copying the data and it's not corrupted. If it is corrupted in any way, it will give you an error on this little LCD screen. Sadly, this company is no longer in existence, but a really great device. SanDisk, I love these solid state flash drives. I have a 2 terabyte and a 4 terabyte USB-C. So I will download every day and I will back up. And I have enough memory cards for me, fortunately, that I do not have to erase. But with 3 copies in the field, I would be very comfortable erasing the cards should I need to. Here's the USB-C and USB power brick. That's in here. I also have a USB-C Pro hub, so we could plug into the Ethernet, SD card reader, micro SD card reader, all the rest. Here's a little micro SD card reader adapter. So that's all the cables and dongles and dinglingy thingies. Also, I never leave home without a speed light. So I'm taking the Canon EL1 with a diffuser on it. I'm always prepared. And think about it, you could use the Platypod with a Platyball or a tripod with this for off-camera flash. And there's your light stand, so you don't need to carry an additional light stand. Now this is all here. Now I'll check additional backup grip gear and batteries into my check baggage. And then lastly, here's my MacBook Pro 16-inch, all in the front pocket of the BackLight backpack. Now also, the backpack also has a tripod holder on the back of it if you're more comfortable carrying it this way on the back. The reason I put it on the side is because I'm going to attach the wheels to get through the airport, and the bottom legs extend past the bottom, and it doesn't exactly fit so well on your portable wheels. But if I was hiking around, I'd put it on the back, strap it this way. You're more streamlined, nothing bumping on the sides. See, no comments, any comments? No comments. All right. Keep on rolling here. Now, in the top, let me close this. Hey, can I get a thumbs up? Anybody out there? Is the audio okay? Never quite sure. Am I clipping? Is it going good? Right? All right. So the top, these are all ripstop, weather-sealed zippers, so water's not going to get through. T-poles. I mean, I absolutely love this backpack. Within the top lid, again, is more identification, copy of my passport, business cards, ThinkTank key, so I have an Allen wrench, screwdriver, little key from Pro Media Gear. I also have an Apple tracker in my bag, lens cleaning wipes, a little shaving brush for dust, and in the lid is where I take my additional third body. So this will probably be my remote camera setup. So I have a Canon EOS R5 and a 15 to 35 2.8 L series IS lens. So what I'll do is I will use Pocket Wizards to fire this. I'm not going to rely on the Bluetooth app from my phone to the camera because oftentimes it gets flaky, distance, they lose connection. For me, it's not rock solid enough to depend on these once-in-a-lifetime moments in the environment that we're in. So I'm going to use Pocket Wizards. These are Pocket Wizards Plus 4. I put one in the hot shoe of my primary camera, one on the remote. And I've talked about this. I do this at weddings and other wildlife. When I do bears, I mount the remote camera somewhere. And when I photograph with my primary camera, the remote camera fires simultaneously without missing a moment. Or I could just hit the test fire button on it and it will fire. And it will fire at a great distance and it will fire in succession. So if I'm shooting at a high-speed frame rate, it will fire high-speed frame rate. You could also use, which I do often, the face detection, whether it's human or animal. So it will track the face within the field. We're going to be in Africa. We're going to have great light, so I'm not worried about losing light and contrast for tracking the animals. So that's my other camera. The primary back of this opens here. So this is the main compartment of this bag. So you can see I've got a lot of gear in here. Again, within the lid, I've got more Allen wrenches, screws, things like that. I have mega throwaway rain covers, one large, one medium. So again, if we get caught in the rain, even though the EOS R3s are pretty much weather sealed, and so is the lens. So what I've got in here, and this is a cube that can pull out. So again, if they told me I had to check this, I can take this insert completely out of the backpack and hand carry it. Within here, I got a lot of gear. So of course, straps, just in case. I have an RF14 extender, an RF24 to 105 IS, great lens. Also, if I'm going to do landscapes, which I will there, I will do stitch and pan. So much like you would use your iPhone in a vertical fashion, and then you stitch and pan across the scene. I love the panoramic views for both portraits and landscapes. So if I need a really wide shot, I would do that versus using the 16 to 35. That's just going to be my remote camera. I also have my tele-extenders stacked. These are the Canon EF version 3 2X with a 12 millimeter extension tube in the middle. Then I could stack the 1.4 on top of it. The reason I'm using EF is because I still have an EF 600 millimeter f4 IS lens. Within the base here is another adapter, control ring EF or RF to EF adapter. Again, I'm taking a backup because if I get to Africa and I drop this thing, I am totally hosed and will not be able to use the 600 f4. So I'll get the beast out. I have it in here inverted because that's the way it packs best for me. I replaced the Canon foot with a Pro Media Gear foot because I like the extension of it. It's got a latch to, if I want to hand hold and carry this and have a sling strap, I could put my safety lanyard in there. And this lens is crazy sharp, excellent lens, and it's hand holdable. So that's my primary wildlife lens. And this is the Canon RF 100 to 500. Great lens, super sharp. And if I need to be very mobile, I could add the 1.4 extender on there and we're good to go. Excellent, excellent by combining the 100 to 500 with the RF 1.4 tele-extender. And then last but not least are two R3s. The R3s to me really are a flagship camera. The speed, the autofocus, the way it fits in my hand, all the custom functions that I have set up are so intuitive for me that I absolutely love this camera. Even more so than the R5, just because of the AF on touch button. All I have to do is just boop, 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 move this around and I can move the focus points anywhere I want rapidly. And if I push in on the AF button, I can change my focus point selections rapidly. So it's just a great camera, agrees with me. There really isn't a bad camera on the market these days. It's just whatever agrees with you and the way you think and how you want to have it set up. So this is a lot of stuff in this backpack, and it rolls in at about 42, 45 pounds. And again, I will be dropping some supporting photographs in the comments below. So if you have any questions, have any thoughts, drop them in the feed and I'll do my best to get back to you and answer them. Remember to get out there and practice, 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 whether you're photographing wildlife or shooting events. For me, the two go hand in hand. The wildlife and nature and landscapes recharge me for weddings and events and corporate gigs. So I like them both, and vice versa. The spontaneity and having to be super prepared at events also gets me ready for the unpredictability of wildlife. Again, have any questions, drop them in the feed. I'll also put a link to our safari. Remember, we have 2 spots left, and you might be able to capitalize on that. So reach out to us, and I will get back to you. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a great day.